Welcome back to Jack's Scrap Off Road. Now this episode will give you a little bit of contextualisations as to how things is all going, and a bit of a plan. Now tonight there'll be a video going up that I'm going to go and proof watch and upload in a minute on the progress on this old rig and some of the stuff that I've been doing to it, and you know, that kind of stuff. This is a stage it's at. I've still got to do this. I've got the spring perches made up. I've still got to put them on and that. So that's the stage we're at there with that. But I'm gonna, after proof watching the old video and cleaning the lens, I'm gonna be working on this old girl tonight because it's been absolutely hammering down with rain, and I can guarantee we're probably going to be able to video an off-road recovery this weekend because I'm bound to get a call or a message or something, because someone's going to go into Ratton Bog. Now, as you can see, there's a lean there, and that's not the ground causing that. What happened, we had a set of low quality leaf springs on the front of it. This side one ain't snapped yet, but it's close to it, and that side one did snap, so I put an old rear spring in there, which caused issues because although they measured the same length eye to eye and the locating pin looked to be in the right place, having put them in there, or having put this rear leaf in this side and let her down, it's squished down mega flat, and it's relocated the axle back a bit, so the tyre's now in the arch. And with this side being in the right place, there's a much bigger gap. So I've got an old set of front springs that came off that minty little F70 you might have seen floating about in some of the videos. Because, you know, that being the best truck I've got, I decided to pull the front axle out to go under this rig. So that's kind of where we're at now. That's semi-stripped. So the old springs off the front of that will be going on that one, and then she'll be minty, hopefully. And I may, if I've got enough time, even pull the front end off and change the fuel pump. That is if we don't get a call for recovery before then. The other thing I have got to do, I've just remembered, I've got to go back in the shed, and I've got to go over to my shelf of stock of parts over here and just confirm whether or not, I mean, I've got auto hubs. Have I got a good set of, oh yeah, I've got a good set of manual locking hubs, because I welded one of the front hubs up on the old rig. I don't know if there's a video on that or not. My memory's a bit like goldfish. I've probably forgot already. So there's that. So I've got to change the hub. So I welded one up. The other one's gone kaput now. So instead of welding one, just put manual lockers on her. But I've got to go in and proof watch this video, and then you'll have something to watch tonight. Well, boys, first mission for tonight is to go and collect a new set of springs for this old honey around the back of the yard. So see if she'll start. She hasn't been running for a few days, so she might not be very happy. In fact, she won't be fucking happy. Fuck! Uh-oh. Oh, it's gone out. Fuck, that's the best it's ever run. Maybe we won't change the pump. Maybe we'll just fucking send her. Fuck it. New springs collected, got them in the safe storage zone for transport. Fucking mint. Alright, boys. I'll hurt her up in the sky and all that, and got some toolage and some mats and shit, so I'll fiddle fuck my way into getting this cunt all to bits. I'll probably put you boys on that big old camera rig up there and put you on a little time lapse or something while I fully strip her, and then you might even see how to take her front wheel off, because it's bound to be some idiots watching. You might even learn a little bit more about, you know, rigs with shit brakes and leaf springs. So, you know, you never fucking know. Also, just admire my flap. She does that going down the road. That's like added aircon. It goes in there and comes out through here by the window and just, you know, keeps it defogged. Allegedly. Nothing wrong with it. It's fucking mint, mate. So boys, new front spring is in there. That old rear spring that was in there is down there. And I just took it off the old time lapse, so I thought I'd show you a little trick for when you do it wrong. Now, thinking logically, what you should do is leave your shackle loosely done up until you get the front spring mounting. You might have seen me struggling a little bit with it on the time lapse. So the cheat is to get a ratchet strap, little one, hook it around the back wheel, hook it to that and just ratchet the little bastard back. So you find if you do them up tight, that won't let you push the shackle forwards or back because it's gripping in the bush and just being bloody awkward. So I strapped it back, got that front bolt in. So now for the dangerous deadly bit, we'll let the strap off. Ow. And that'll just be happily there as it is. Fucking mint. So I'll chuck you back on time lapse again for a bit while I get this spring keeper plate and the U-bolts back in. And then, well, I was going to strip the calipers down to check if there's any meat on the shoes, but pads, but they got loads, or at least one of them has. Can't see the other one from here. Well, you probably can't see it, but they've both got loads of meat on, so we're going to have front brakes at least. Fucking mint. Don't know about the back. So, boys, what we got happening here is that keeper plate there has suddenly caught retardation and decided that it can no longer go low enough to get under the spring. So I put a ratchet strap around the spring up to over the top of the chassis to try and, you know, make it understand. And, well, the ratchet caught retardation as well and decided not to be a ratchet, but to be a fucking sted, and kept letting go. So I've got, that's a standard 4-track jack, that's a little bit broken inside because, well, there's the end of the jack handle. And normally the other end you have a square end that your wheel brace fits on, but this one has a 19mm nut. So, come here, you know, we can make it go up, even when it actively refuses, like it is currently, because it's currently locked itself out, because it caught retardation, allegedly. So I'm going to get in here, stick that on there. Just like that. Now rattlejack, you see. And then, hopefully, oh, guess what? Fucking axle's decided to catch retardation now and jumped off the fucking mount on the spring. Excellent. Put that round there. I'll pull the axle forward because the axle seems to want to sit backwards because, well, I think it is a bit backwards. Let's see if this ratchet's still got retardation. Oh, yeah, it has. Oh, fuck. Spilled stuff that doesn't work. Anyone know? Let me know in the comments, because I'm struggling to work it out myself. Can we wedge a screwdriver in the something to make it ratchet? Fucking well try. Somewhere near there, allegedly. And then if we that old leaf sprung with a hammer, possibly. Get out. No. Then we put a big fucking bar in there. Really fuck us weekend up. Now, where's that fucking? Exactly. Fucking awkward. Fucking foreign twat. There. Stay. Needed educating there. What you got? Oh. Wonder if that's the one that went missing.
Well, laid on the letter on the post box this morning, so either carrier brought it up here before I got home,
Oh.
or someone put it on there. Might be, I don't know.
Oh. Is that the one that went missing? That is? Oh, minty. We've got Bluetooth speaker now.
Yeah, I bet someone might have put it up on. Been delivered somewhere. Someone dropped it off.
Yeah. Fucking curious. I learned to deliver stuff to the right address, don't they? Fucking idiots.
So I think, yeah, I've messaged that the firm this morning saying that it's
yeah, that'll be here later.
And they're able to speak to the seller. And the seller has to contact the carrier to see where it is.
Is everybody a fucking buddy? If you've got to speak to them, so they can speak to the courier who you spoke to this morning, why can't they just fucking tell you where they delivered it to?
Oh,
they're fucking idiots.
They'll tell me on their app there that they delivered it to my house at 2:41 yesterday afternoon, but they obviously didn't.
Nah, fucking idiots. They've got the brains they're fucking born with, have they? Right, I've got to try and get these fucking U-bolts over this mother. Don't fucking be like that, you awkward little. Got a new fucking spring on it. It's been a prick. That's all the way up now, so that's going to have to fucking go there. Not an option. You go, or Alright boys, got the fucking spring all bolted up. Had to double nut the U-bolts because, well, some of them decided that threads were, you know, didn't need them. So I found some nuts that had apparently got different threads in them. It turns out when you use the rattle gun on full torque, they cap their own threads and they're double, triple, extra, double, triple cross-threaded tight now, so they're not going to fall out. I've discovered a lot of play in this front wheel bearing, and I think this is the auto hub that's shagged as well. So I've gone and got my bits out. I've got to find out if I've got one that fits it. Probably that one. Where's the hammer? Where's the fucking hammer? There it is. We'll pull the hub to bits and inspect it, and I'll either weld this up or chuck another auto hub on here for now because I've got several. I would chuck a manual hub on, but I ain't ready to do that yet. I've got a funny feeling this front axle ain't going to last much longer. If we can put something on it to give us some four-wheel drive tonight, that's all that really matters right now, because we're probably going to need it tonight. You know? Because Discovery's doing Discovery things, will be going out and getting stuck because it's rained. And when they get stuck, they need a farm stock 4-track to go and give them a little drag with several big straps. Oh, fucking hell. Go in there, you dopey prick. I think it's in there enough to get a bite. Yeah. Now the fact that this auto hub is plumb full of rusty grease sort of indicates it's probably not a good auto hub. If I do have to rebuild this axle, I'm fairly certain, I know on Indies, the rear diff centre will fit in the front axle. So I'll put a rear diff centre in this front axle if it will fit in this one, because the rear diffs have got an extra spider gear in them around the centre, whereas normally the front axle you got your gear either side that your half shaft goes into, and then you just get one spider gear in the carrier, match them up. Rear diff, you get two spider gears in the carrier, match them up, so it's double strong. Oh, so I think this front diff's nearly shagged anyway. But we've got to get optimised use out of it. Don't hammer on these hubs because you'll break them, you know, like this one already is. Oh. Well, that's concerning. So what's happened? Has the other side exploded? We're going to have to go and pull the other side hub off, because I think the other side hub might have exploded, or we've snapped the shaft somewhere, or the diff has actually, you know, handed in its notice. Not sure which yet, but something's really not good, because that hub is stuck locked. Yet the prop shaft didn't spin, and nor the other side wheel when I turn that. That tells me there's issues. Maybe I'll finally manage to break a weld. I mean, I was welding some kind of chrome plated aluminium to some weird cast steel or cast alloy. I don't really know what it was. I used a MIG welder. Should have brought a hammer round really, because I might need it. Oh. Really? Okay. Well, that's a bit of an issue then. So it's not the driver's side hub that's shagged, it is this passenger side one, which is a little bit interesting to say the least. Oh wow. I think it has actually kind of sheared the weld off that I put all the way around it, which is impressive actually. I'm not even mad. That means we put some serious torque through the old rig. Don't know where that could have happened. I'm completely perplexed by the whole ordeal. Well, I don't know how familiar you lot are with these auto hubs, but normally when you take that bit off, the bit that got left behind comes with it. So there's that. Yeah, interesting. Well, that's completely not good. Excellent. We're not even going to bother inspecting that. That's broken. That wheel bearing's got slight play, but not Not what I'd consider excessive. Okay, so I'm going to put a manual hub on here. Now, the difference between auto and manual hubs is, manual hub, you'd have one hub nut, then a locking collar that you bend tabs over, forwards and or top and bottom, and then you wind another second hub nut on the outside and bend a set of tabs forward so the two nuts lock the collar in and it all locks together. Auto hubs, you have one hub nut with some holes in it that are threaded, and then you have this collar here. It's got that little notch in at the top that sits in a groove at the top here, and then you wind little studs in through that into the hub nut, and that keeps it all tight. Now the problem is I don't have the locking washer with the locking tabs on it to run a manual hub, and this thing here won't fit in with a manual hub because of the dished part sticking out. So I'm going to show you how to convert this so you can use it with manual hubs, because most of the time if you buy a set of manual hubs from certain online sellers, they'll send it out with two hub nuts and a locking washer, but the hub nuts they send are about 5mm bigger than the hub spindle, and the locking collar isn't actually a proper locking collar and is totally useless. So I just convert these motherfuckers, because auto hubs are weak and I'm taking them off all the time, so I just convert these to be used. So we'll go in the shed and I'll show you roughly what I do. So we're in the shed. I've got that locking device in the vise, and in order to convert it so you can use it with manual hubs, which is what I want to use it with, you're going to need a device very similar to this, you know, with a thin disc on it. I mean, you could use one of them really thick discs and just rub it around the end, but a thin disc you can just kind of run round it and then it should be alright. Until the battery goes flat on your version of this that you've got, and then you're in a bit of a predicament because your battery's flat. Hopefully the battery that's on the drill is good. If not, I'll have to plug in the mains grunding, you know, the plasma table. We'll use that. Oh, the drill's got the shag battery on that vaguely works. So let's see if it works now. Oh, she's mint. The other side done. Now we will put a thick disc in and just give her a little tart up to get her nice and flush. And then obviously we'll have to clean it again with some brake cleaner to get any iron filings out of it, because I'm sure they'll find a way of making it from there into the wheel bearing, which won't be ideal. I mean, I don't know, maybe you want some iron filings in your wheel bearings. If you want iron filings in your wheel bearings, two things. Number one, you're probably a little bit fucking, and number two, top bodge. I don't want iron filings in my wheel bearings because my wheel bearings are nearly shagged anyway. And I'm trying to conserve them for another day or four. that's that. That's all nice and flat now and quite warm, so I'm not sure whether I should touch it or not. Probably will do and burn myself, and then I'll realise I shouldn't have touched it. Get out of the way. Trying to find the pliers that were here, but they're there. Mint. Give you a closer inspection. See, because it's now just a flat disc, so it'll go on the floor, is what it'll do, because it's caught and now I've caught the thing that's caught. It's just a flat disc now, so it'll fit in there, and we'll be able to get a manual hub on it, and this will lock the hub nut, so you know she's as strong as a brand spanking new one. I'm back, filed it with Peter, you know, Peter file. What? So we'll fiddle put the mother on here and see if that hub nut lines up, and if it don't, I'll have to just Ooh, you sexy bastard. It's about half the nat's cock of a turn out. So, we'll use a Dave key, and we'll just put that in the hole. If we clean it up a little bit, we'll put that in one of the holes in the old hub nut, and we'll just tap it slightly, and then it'll line up. Maybe, hopefully. Well, we can at least pretend it does. And oh yeah, we can get at least one stud in it. I think we'll use this one first because it's stuck on the bit. That stud decided that it wanted to be a larger size and rounded off, so I hammered the tool into it. So I guess that means it's going to make it interesting removing it, but we'll wind that in there first. Give it some mild ugger-duggerment. Oh no. Oh no. There we go. That's come out. Not in that way. It's still straight. And we've got two more to put in. And I think they might line up to the holes. That one kind of does. Yeah, that'll go in there and find its way. And if we're lucky, you know, yeah, I wonder if they're all that size now. No, you see that one wants to be the original size, which was not that. Did I put that back in there? Oh, I did. Mint. This one wants to be this size. See? That's like half an ugger-dugger. When it just clicks over, that's half an ugger-dugger. They don't need to be stupid tight. And that one can have a couple of ugger-duggers just in case. Because then that way at least one of them will stay tight, maybe. Probably not, but I'd like to think it would. So now, in this bit of blue roll here, all wrapped up and safely protected from the elements, kinda, is a sensational manual locking hub. You just got to swap bits around because, you know, I swap bits around until I get bits that work on the rig, which is kind of what's happened here. So we've got to take these nuts out, which are being mildly awkward. Well, that one wanted to go and have a word with the floor because apparently the floor looks like an excellent place to live. So there's that. Also, I have just noticed that these hubs don't appear to have a location for the dowels to go, which is interesting because that is dowel. I might have to try and pull the dowel pins out. I'll show you what I mean in a minute. Get this apart and then we'll assess the situation. See, because on here, there's two little dowel pins to help align things. And in that flange, there aren't holes for dowel pins. So I'm going to go and get the battery terminal clampers. which are over here, you know, this variety. And then we'll see if we can't make these dowels be in here no longer. I'll be back in a minute. So according to the dowel pins, which are clearly pushed in because you can see the gap around them now, according to the dowel pins, they don't come out, but according to that device there, that's not a problem. So now we can take this bit here and put him on there. And then we get the bolts, which are somewhere, because I put them somewhere. Well, where the bloody hell are they? These ones. And we can put them in, and it'll all come together. So I'll be back when it's all back together, and we can have a play with it. Sounds a plan, don't it? Right, so I've got it all bolted up and done. So now I guess twist. The only thing left to do is to try locking it. Yep, that just locked in. Guarantee that's turning the shaft the other side. Mint. We'll set it back to 3. Yeah, that unlocked. Lovely job. Right, so we'll go and put the auto hub back on the other side, because it turns out, although it looks shagged, it's probably not, and then we might have 4-wheel drive again, boys. Okay, now for a slightly more educational part of the video, because I'm sure some people have tried in the past and got confused like I did the first time I tried. On the auto hubs, you know, this little bit here that sticks out, and I believe that sliding one way or the other is what causes them to lock. Now when you reinstall them, a lot of people just look and say, oh, dowel, line it up for the dowels, fuck it on, and then they find out that 4-wheel drive don't work. What you've got to do, that little tab there, there's a spring in here, and I don't know if you can see 2 ears of the spring. There's one there and one there. That little tab needs to sit between those 2 ears in there, not down round here, because obviously you can get it 180 degrees out and then it's wrong. So I'm going to install this correctly, and then hopefully we'll have working 4-wheel drive when we lock the other side in. I've dropped the rig down, she's sitting a lot more level now. I only changed that side spring, so that side's still got the shitty Milner spring in it that's probably going to break at some point. But I do have another spare down there for when it does. So, only thing we've got to do now, I've locked the hub. Why is that in here? That can go in the fire. It's an old can. I'll put that one in there, that's much better. The only thing to do now really is to go and test whether we've actually got 4-wheel drive. The hub's locked. I'll start her in 2-wheel. We'll go and see if we can get her scrapping somewhere, and then we'll bang her into 4-wheel and see if she stops scrapping. Sound like a plan, don't it? I'll be back in a sec. So, I'll back down in the trees here a little bit in this gap, and we'll... Yep, she scraps in 2-wheel. I'll back up the same locationals, and then we'll go 4 high. That thing there don't do nothing, look. I think the cable's seized up. Well, see if she scraps much now. Oh, we got 4-wheel drive. She tried to talk steer away from me then. Fucking meant we've fixed something finally. Right, I'll park her up, have a clean up, because my hands are, well, they're a funny colour. And then Humbug should be coming over, and I'm going to have a few beers and interfere with her, I guess. So I'll see you maybe in the morning, and we'll be fiddle fucking another plan. How does that sound?